Hey, is this thing on? Is it working? Does it need a recall? Hey, that's what we're talking about today. Okay, so let's go back a hot minute, right? I own a 2019 Ram 1500 truck. It is a limited trim model, and the AC is subpar to say the least. Now, let's not mince words here. It will cool the truck down. However, for various reasons, I don't like to run recirculate all the time when it's hot out. And right now it's 89 degrees and I'm on my way to work. But hear me out. I don't like the recirc feature, the recirculation, all the time during the summer. Most cars' AC blows at like 34 to 37 degrees at the vent. And that's cold, right? You think, wow, that's too cold. But think about it. You've got a metal box that is driving in up to, 140 degree ambient temperature and has to cool its entire compartment off of an AC unit that's under the hood. It's really doing a lot. I mean, those are like, I want to say they're like 3 or 4 ton units, but I'm not sure on that part. So don't quote me on those facts and figures. But seriously, a car's AC has to do a lot. And in the case of a full-size pickup truck, the cabin on that thing is like twice the size of your car, right? So take that for what it's worth. It's even more stressed. But the Ram, for some unknown reason, mixes some of the coolant that goes through the heater core or heater box between the firewall and the cabin. It runs some of that coolant through there. And I know this because people on the Ram forums have put a clamp on the line that runs into the heater box. So, or heater core, I forget what it's called exactly, but the box that the coolant runs through to do the heating. So there's a design flaw somewhere that says the airflow coming across that box, we'll just call it a box now, forget about it. But the airflow coming across that box just isn't fully shut off from the air that's going into the cabin. So when you go to do your AC, it's mixing a little bit of heat in. What that leads to is about a 54 degree on average temperature at the vent. Now you're saying, John, that's like my house. Yes, but your house has insulation and a roof, preferably with a ridge vent and gables and all the other eaves and all that other stuff that houses are made out of and are designed, can I go? Yeah, I can go. And are designed to have all that stuff working on them. Ooh, sun. So there I was this morning going, yep, it's going to be 95 degrees at my house, which means it's going to be about 102 where I work. It's sort of on the other side of the heat island effect from Washington, D.C. There's a lot of concrete and there's this heat island effect where a ton of buildings and population dense area, when you put those together, you end up with this whole heat island around it where the earth absorbs a lot of heat. Like this asphalt down here absorbs heat and gets hot and reflects some of that, and then it can spread a little bit. So we actually see rainstorms that don't hit my house because I'm close to DC, but like 5 miles away, pouring. And it's part of that heat island. It's the convection of the heat going around the city. And because of that, we don't get some of those summer storms. Ooh, how long's their light? You know what? We'll have a jump off later. We'll do a jump off later. We will. Gil, I promise you, we're going to do a jump off somewhere. If I have to pull over on the side of the road, I will. So there I was this morning, realizing how hot it was going to be. And I was like, well, I could either sweat a little in the truck or sweat a little bit more and take the 2019 Street Glide Special. So obviously you can tell what I chose. Oh my goodness, I need my coffee. Take a walk and get a cup of coffee and have a talk and have a talk. There you go. Ooh, I don't know what's hotter, the air tempered coffee. Jeez, these Contigo mugs really work well. And by the way, I'm John. You're of course watching Road Reality. You already know that from the badass logo, right? Love that new logo. But also, I do moto vlogs and gear reviews and all sorts of crazy stuff here on YouTube. And I try to have as much fun as I can with it. So if you're having fun, boot the like button. And if you like what I'm doing here, hit the subscribe button. They're free. And that's today's sponsor, me. I'm shilling for myself again. Nobody else will you? Hey, if you want to shill for me, all you have to do is share one of my videos on your social medias. You'll probably lose followers though. So yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's gonna be hotter than the hell out today, and it. I'm taking the bike. I love this bike. You know, it really brings up a sticking point for me, and that is that there are so many recalls. Now, Road Reality originally started out as a car blog. So I signed up for all those emails where NHTSA or NHTSA will email me and say, here's the latest recalls, and all the manufacturers would send me all their latest stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I don't do the car blogging anymore. I can't believe we caught that green. Look at that, it is still green. Well, no jump off yet. So I still get all those emails even though I don't do the car blogging. Lean into the corner, baby. Whee! I know the camera probably doesn't show it, but I had the bike leaned over like that far. Further than my kickstand, woohoo! And I just find it fascinating at the things that will get a vehicle recalled. And I don't know how some of them pass the design and building phase of a car or truck or RV or fire engine. I mean, all that stuff's covered under this NHTSA thing, right? It's National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They recall stuff from misplaced labels, upside down labels, shocks that don't stay on. I did have a shock once that didn't stay on. I had a 2001 Ford Mustang in true blue. Beautiful color. If you want to see that color, I painted my Vulcan 800 bobber in the same color. Let's see. We're going to go left or right, left or right. We're going to go right. I think they fixed this road from my GoPro I'm Mad video. I actually had a loose shock on that Mustang though. I kept hearing a clunk, and I found that if I pressed down on the passenger rear fender, it would make the shock popping noise. It was a loose bolt. Hey, and we didn't have to put our feet down on the slow ride test. So we passed. Yes, we passed. 2 points for John today. 2 points. Anyway, yeah, I took it into the dealer and they had it fixed like an hour later. It was no big deal. But then, you know, you get stupid stuff like this Ram AC, which I've had the truck for 3 years now. They're not gonna fix it. The only fix I've seen that's reliable for that is the clamp on the hose thing. And they did repave this whole road. It looks beautiful. And then you have things like the 2015 to mid-2020 F-150, which I got involved in because I had a 2015 F-150, and the damn thing, the door locks would freeze in the wintertime. And I know people are going to tell me, well, my door locks freeze too. No, this is like, it's 28 degrees and I can't get my door open. Or it won't latch. It was the actual latching mechanism freezing. It was not... Oh, I had my hand rested on the throttle. Whoopsie. I was wondering why it wouldn't go down to idle. But seriously, you can't get the door open or you can't get it to latch shut because the whole inside mechanism was all froze up. And the fix involved, I think, eventually changing the cables. Ford came out with new cables and they sort of sneakily snuck them. That's how you sneakily do things. That's how you snuckily do things. Anyway, they snuck them into the mid-year 2020 production to change out the cables. But they had this goofy ass, we're gonna put this black foam rubber gasket goop stuff everywhere. I took my truck in and I wasn't mad about it, but I was a little mad about it. They got this black stuff all over my truck. It took me 3 hours to get the black stuff off. And then I got in the truck and I realized that my driver's door wouldn't lock. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. What the f? So now I'm pissed, right? And I call the dealer. It's Friday at 6 o'clock. And I was like, hey boss, you gotta stay open and do this because I don't have a secure place to park this thing over the weekend. So they were like, oh, all right. So they got two guys to stay. And I told the one guy, I was like, hey, I really like your hat. And the manager said, while they're fixing the truck, you know, and I helped. I carried like door panels and stuff, but I told this guy, I like your hat. The manager turns to me and goes, you like his hat? Yeah, that's good to know. A week later, a FedEx box showed up with my favorite coffee mug. It's the only Ford product I have that doesn't leak, or had. I don't have any other Ford products. But it also, was I supposed to turn somewhere? Anyway, it also came with the hat. So I have the hat too. And I thought that was a really, really good way of saying mea culpa, my apologies, that sort of thing. And that is the story for today. I got rid of that truck for other reasons because they couldn't keep it working. It constantly needed front diff rebuilt and all that kind of shit. Let's go. And I just got tired of taking it into the damn dealer. It was just frustrating as all hell. Every month for 4 days, it would spend time at the dealer and I'd have a loaner. And I really just got tired of it. That's when I got my Ram. And the Ram runs fine, but it just doesn't have the coldest AC. So I'm on the bike. And that wraps up our story. That kind of comes full circle, right? So let me know in the comments below what weird recalls you've seen. They do come out for the weirdest things. I'm trying to think of the one I saw the other day, and it was like the rear camera may not come on. I'm like, what kind of testing do you guys do at the factory? Any? Oh, I should have done a jump off. Hey, we're gonna get a jump off at the next one. I've been there before, and look, it's windy. So I'm not gonna record on the way home tonight. I'm just gonna have a ride all to myself, and I will not share it with you. No. Saying that, I'll probably be like at work and have this brilliant idea for something to talk about on a ride. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But hey, thank you for coming along on the ride with me. We are gonna end with a jump off. This is for Gil and Mikey and anybody else that likes jump offs. And if you're new here, you get to see my 2019 Street Glide special in all of its glory. And you've seen the big windscreen, but I got my Batwing wings, got my turn signal on because I'm a law-abiding citizen, custom dynamics, got the tour pack with my laptop in it, and custom dynamics are on the back too, and my cup holder and the remote, and that's that. Love this bike, absolutely love this bike. And I will leave you with these parting words. My bikes are the most reliable vehicles I've ever owned. Even this one, when it had its issues at like 10,000 miles, still, that was one trip, one and done. The dealer got me squared away, super happy about it. And yeah, they're the most reliable. Bye.